What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to test and launch extremely niche business ideas. If you guys don't know me, my name's Gabe. I'm the host of a podcast called the Real Estate Investing Club. I'm also owner of a real estate investing firm called Kaizen Properties. We own four self-storage facilities, two mobile home parks, and two RV parks. But I also am just a huge fan of business in general, and I like launching business ideas. I have an e-commerce company that does $60,000 a month. And I have gotten onto the AI train. I use AI a lot in my business. And so I have been testing out different business ideas. And that's what you're here to come along the ride and check out. So without further ado, let's jump into this. All right. So this is just going to be an overview of how I do it. I'm sure there's better ways to do it. I'm sure other guys have different ways. There's no one perfect way to launch ideas, but this is how I do it to launch an idea, test the market, and see if there is demand for it quickly, and but also with a professional appearance, but not having to dump a ton of money into it. And so I'm going to go ahead and start our timer. Here we go. Oh, you can't see that. Can you? No, you can't. I started the timer and it's going. So we're going to see how long this takes us. We're going to try to launch this entire business idea and start testing it out in under an hour. So here we go. So the business idea that I am launching today is we build dashboards. I came from a consulting background. I understand how dashboards work and how important it is for a business to understand how they're operating and the different KPI they're running into or they're optimizing for. And I know a really easy way to quickly build a dashboard on with established data. And so I wanted to see if we can test an idea to build a business around that. So today we're verifying it. We're going to verify that there's demand for the service. We're going to pop this out. Here we go. So it used to be that in order to do something like this and make it seem professional, you would have to spend a shit ton of time to, build out the website and all that stuff. But now we can do all that extremely fast with AI. And so we're gonna make today. I've already bought the domain. I went to GoDaddy.com and I bought WeBuildDashboards.com. Love it. Perfect URL there. So now we're gonna quickly build a website. Generally, I wouldn't suggest building a website for if you're launching or testing an idea. But since it literally takes 5 minutes, we might as well just to have something professional looking. And then we're going to scrape data for different industries that I think this might be useful for. And finally, we are going to be sending cold emails. All right, I just had to pause the recording because my almost 2-year-old daughter, I saw the little handle start to move and I was like, she's coming in. I don't know if you guys have kids out there, but sometimes they just want to hop in your videos, which is fine because they're adorable and I love it. So anyways, let's get back into this. So where were we? We were talking about scraping data, yeah, and then sending cold emails with Intently. That is what we're doing. So first things first, let's build that website really quickly. By the way, I am not counting that time that I spoke with my daughter in our in our countdown for building this. Um, so we're building the website. Let's get into that. It is super easy to do this. And first, all you guys got to do is come up with a prompt. I'm going to be using Replit or Lovable. Actually, I'll use Lovable. Lovable to build this. But before we do that, I always, when I build websites for using like these no code things, I like to come up with a good prompt. And I always I'll come up with the idea myself and then I'll stick it into ChatGPT and ask it to give me instructions that I can give to Lovable. And that's what I did to build, I just wanted to, I built this website. Let's see if it pops up. Yeah, this is a sell your mobile homes. We buy mobile homes because we own mobile home parks. And so I built this website literally in I don't know, 5 minutes. And that's what I did here. So we're going to go back to the dashboard. So we need to create instructions to give to Lovable. So I wrote this business prompt. It just says, I'm launching this business. We build dashboards. Yeah, I did. I misspelled that. We build dashboards.com. Whew. Below is the information about this business. I need you to build me instructions that I can give to Lovable to build the site for me. Please include all standard pages for a service-based website. So I'm going to give this to Lovable. And I just described the service. By the way, with this business description, literally I went into Chat GPT here. Let me find it. There we go. And I just said, this is what I'm doing. We build dashboards for businesses using existing data they already have. Please build me a service description. And it popped this out. That's what I'm going to put in this prompt here to build out the website. And so we have the pricing, one dashboard, $500, a dashboard with the data connection, 1,000 dashboards, 3 connections, 1,500. There we go. About the business, business overview, contact information. I use my PO box for all the address, and then we have the website. I'm going to use my personal email for the email there, and then I use CallRail to spin up actual phone numbers that I can reroute to my personal phone. So this is a real phone number that we can use. It's on callrail.com if you guys want to use that. And it allows you to just spin up a phone number really quickly for any business you want to launch pretty cheaply too. Then the people in the background, it's just me with some additional info that the service or Lovable will want to build this product. So I'm going to grab all that. I'm going to go over to ChatGPT and I'm just going to paste it in here. Yep, there we go. I'm launching a business. Please include all standard pages. Okay. And let's see what it does. Instructions you can give to Lovable about we build dashboards. Perfect. Okay, so it's going through, it's writing all of the information that we're going to be giving to Lovable. And while it does that, I'm going to go over here and delete this. So I'm going to show you guys, if you guys haven't used Lovable before, it is a great way because I found it really easy to connect to your actual domain. So what I'll be able to do once we get this up, you remember we're going to be scraping data and then sending cold email campaigns. So I'm going to be able to add this URL in the email. So when people, they'll click through, they'll like, is this a real business? It'll show up, and Lovable can connect to your domain pretty quickly. See if it's done. It's still writing. ChatGPT has been really slow recently. I don't know why that is. All right, I'm going to pause this while we wait. All right, so ChatGPT finished. Did a decent job. I'm going to also put the same prompt into Claude and see what it does. I tend to like Claude better for some reason. So let's pop this same exact prompt over into Claude. What are we doing here? Let's go to the projects. We'll just use this one. Wow, that's really shitty. I wonder if it'll still work. Let's see. Oh, look at that. This AI is amazing. It just gets it. All right. Let's give this a second to see how it works. All right. So it just finished. Claude just finished. And I actually like Claude's description better. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this. And I'm going to actually first, let's see here. We're going to prompt for Lovable. We build dashboards. Put this in here, and I just want to see if I need to change anything that I don't like. So let me see. Generate business, yada, yada, yada. 1 second. All right, so I like everything except for the piece here where it gives it's requiring, let's see, where did I find that? Examples of case studies, because we don't have any case studies. There we go. So I'm going to remove that. We're going to go ahead and copy this over. to Lovable. Where is Lovable? There we go. So many tabs. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna minimize that. Where is it? I already deleted it. Sometimes you get too many tabs open. Yeah, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. I'm gonna minimize everything so we don't get lost in our tabs. Go back to Lovable, paste it in. And then I'm gonna say, please build me a website for my service-based business called We Build Dashboards. The purpose of the business is, and then I'm gonna go back over here. I'm gonna grab this. Wait, the business service description is that. Here are additional details about the website I would like for you to build. All right. And then we're just going to go kapow. And now we are going to let Lovable spin that up. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and we'll let it work. All right. So look at this. It just spit out, Lovable just spit out the website. Again, this is just a standalone. So when I send emails, people can actually go to something and make it look professional. We're really just testing this out. But right now we are at 17 minutes that we've been working on this. Um, and so, takes 20 minutes to set this up and it makes your conversions higher. It has these get your custom dashboards. I'm going to ask it to, just going to grab one of my Calendly links and I'm going to ask, please connect all call to action buttons to this website, this URL. And so now it's going to be it'll be an actual working website. So when they click on any of these buttons, it'll go directly to my Calendly URL. So good. Now we have the website set up, something that we can definitely use. Took 17 minutes. So that's not too bad. And now it's time to go on and grab some data. So we are going to use Apollo along with Leads Rapidly to do this. I've actually already filtered it out. I should have just started from scratch here so you guys could see it. But there's a bunch of niches. I mean, dashboards you can use for pretty much anything. And so I just randomly chose recruiting. I searched recruiting and then I made sure that their email status is verified. The job title is owner or founder, employees 1 to 100. And then keyword industry is staffing and recruiting. And that got us down to 592 emails. And so that should be a good enough, small. I'd like to have it over 1,000, but I think that's good enough for now. So I'm going to grab this URL, head on over to Leads Rapidly, and I'm going to do a new request. All you do is Leads Rapidly is sick because it'll scrape like Apollo for emails, and it costs next to nothing. So I'm going to put that URL in there. All you do is you literally copy the entire URL of the request or of the search criteria that you just put in there, and it grabs the whole thing. You can see search 594. And now I'm going to go ahead and click purchase. Yes, I am sure. And now it'll go ahead. You see it's taking my credits there. I can't remember how much it costs, but it's dirt cheap. I did one earlier. I think it was 7,000 leads for $40, which is super cheap. You can scrape other things like LinkedIn, and there's better ways to do this. But again, right now, all I'm doing is I'm trying to just verify the idea. I'm not. I just want to see that there's positive reactions to the emails that I'm going to be sending. And so we got the data. We're going to let it run, processing right there, and then I'll be back in a second. All right, while we're waiting for that data from Leads Rapidly, we're going to go back over to, let's get rid of that. Go back over to Lovable. I have a massive screen, an unnecessarily large screen. And so when I make it full screen, it's just too big. I can't see it all. And we are going to publish this to our URL. So I'm going to go ahead and click. I got to remember how to do this. Click publish. Yeah. Domains. That's not, we're going to manage this. Connected domain and connected domain. Yes, that's what we do. Go ahead and click connect to domain. And that's why I like Lovable, because it makes it really easy. I can just directly connect my GoDaddy domains to, come on, Lovable. You got this, buddy. www dot, what did I say? We build dashboards.com. No, I don't want to use a subdomain. We built dashboards.com. Analyzing your domain, connected GoDaddy, get your setup details. Let me just log this real quick. So I'm going to pause the recording. All right, so I just went through, I logged in, and then I clicked like one button. It sent me a one-time password, and then I clicked start. And so that's literally how easy it is to connect an actual, we build dashboards.com is now connected. So if you go to, yep, that's live. Perfect. Okay. So now it should be good to go. Now we can go back over to the leads, and that's completed. All right. So we got the data, we got the website. Now we're going to start a Instantly campaign, cold email campaign. So 1 second here. Okay, so now we're over at Instantly. This is a really good email platform where you can buy pre-warmed accounts, so you don't have to sit around for weeks and start and wait for your account to warm up. This one you can just start immediately and just start a campaign and start sending. I have a few going here right now, but so we're gonna add new. We're gonna go. What are we doing? We build dashboards. Oops, we're going to go dashboards. We build dashboards for great recruiters. Recruiters. I don't know. Just putting a name there, campaign name. All right, we got that. We're going to add in the leads that we just got. Let's see if the leads is rapidly is done. It is. So we're going to go, is it this one? I think it was. Yes, download. All right. So now you can enrich this data. Again, since I'm just testing this, I'm testing this to make sure that there is interest. I'm gonna use what's here already. We have all their LinkedIn accounts. We could use that to enrich the data and make the emails a little bit more personalized. I'm gonna skip that step and just go straight to emailing these their email addresses. So I'm gonna go ahead and X out of that. Actually, I'll keep it open so we know what the different fields are when we upload it here. Let's grab that CSV. Okay, now we just map. First name goes to first name, last name goes to last name, full name, don't care. Email is email, yep. Email status, don't care. Title is job title. Company name, that's right. This is going to be, yes, we're going to use the company URL as the, let me actually go look at the data that we had. Company, we're going to use the LinkedIn URL as the, yeah, LinkedIn URL is there. Company URL, we'll just do website. Company URL, yep. Okay, cool. LinkedIn headline, don't care. We might as well import the phone number just because. Oops, let's do the sanitized phone number. Phone, seniority, blah, 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 blah. Don't care about any of that. Okay, we'll go ahead and upload all those records, 540. Now we got that going, and now I'm just going to create a short 3-sequence email, and we're going to use ChatGPT and Claude to write that. So stay tuned. All right, I just hopped over to Claude here. Claude is my favorite one to use for copy. So I'm just going to use this same project. If you guys don't know, in Claude, they have these projects. I'm going to minimize this and show you. If you can see over here, it says projects. It is a great way to organize your Claude prompts, I guess, so that you can give each different set of prompts context. And so in this one, I created a project for this idea that we're implementing here. This we build dashboards. Um, and so I gave it context. I told it, you know, what we're actually here. I'll show you. Um, info product. Nope. Go back. Oops. Um, oh, I might have put it in here. Shoot, 1 second. All right, I had put it in the wrong project, so I just recreated it. So again, this is just you create a project, you give it context over here, so you can add in stuff from your Google Drive. You can add in files, PDFs, whatever. I just wrote a text document, the one that we actually put into ChatGPT earlier. I put it in here as context about the business, and so I'm gonna go ahead and say and prompt it to write me those 3 emails here now. All right, I just copy pasted. I've used this for this sequence before, or I've used Claude to write an email sequence before, and so I just copied that over and pasted it here and kind of fixed it for this idea that we're launching. It just says I'm launching a business called whatever. We build dashboards. I'd like you to write a cold email campaign sequence that I can use for this business. The sequence needs to have 3 emails in total. Use best practices for sales copy and make the tone casual and conversational, yet concise and to the point. Goal of the sequence is for them to book a discovery call on the website or reply yes to that they're interested. So it already has, since we put in this context project knowledge here, it already has all that information about the business. So all we have to do is click run, and then we just wait for it to finish up. Give that a second. All right, that was pretty quick. It already wrote them, but I just realized that I did not have it orient the emails towards recruiting companies. So I'm going to have it rewrite this towards recruiting, and then I'm also going to say, please do not mention um, uh, example dashboards uh, or previous clients in the email because we don't have any yet. So I'm going to do that and see what happens. All right, so there it goes. It's deleting everything and it is rewriting it. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Spits it out so quickly. It's amazing. And I think it is almost done. There we go. All right, so let's read through this real quick to make sure it valuable data, identify patterns, and dashboard, competitive market, specializing custom data visualizations. Cool. $500. Awesome. 15 minutes. Cool. All right. I think this looks good. I'm going to go ahead and start adding that to or instantly. And then we can get this chugging along and hopefully we can get some interest. And just so you guys know, there's a few products out there that can basically automatically create dashboards. And I used to create dashboards, as I mentioned. So the fulfillment of this should be super easy. And we're just going to see if we can get some guys some pretty dashboards for their business and make some money in the meantime. So I will get that uploaded to Intently and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm over here in Instantly. I keep saying Intently, it's Instantly. And we are just adding in some variables to make it seem, a little nicer. It's not going to be super, we're not putting a lot of effort into enriching this data, but at least we're adding in some variables here to make it seem um, a little bit more customized. We're going to go ahead and add the Calendly link in there. Grab it right here, paste it there, company name, variables, company name, apply yes. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then we're going to add a step. We're going to wait 2 days, go to the next email, put the headline in here and the body of the text. I'm just going to add them all in right now, and then we can go ahead and fix them up when we're done. Okay, and then we're going to have this go 3 days. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. You're going to put the spaces in here. I don't know why whenever you copy something over from what do you call that? Claude, it doesn't have the spaces, which is kind of annoying, but is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and grab that link, put it back over here. All right, I'm going to pause the recording. I'm still letting the timer go so you guys know how long this is all going to take. But I'm going to pause the recording so you don't have to watch this boring stuff. All right. So now we have, I'm going to make this 4 days. Now we have those 3 emails set up in the system. We have the variables of the company name and the person's name. And then I added my Calendly link in there. And we have the website, which is up and running. Let's see. Is that, it's still connecting? Is it? Let's see. I believe it's still connecting, but let's see. Oh, nope. Look at that. It's up and running. All right. Website's up and running. So if they go there, they will actually see a website. We have all the data set up, and now all I need to do is click resume campaign. Well, first we need to set it up, but we just need to kick it off, and I think we should be good. I'm just gonna go over this one more time to make sure that the content isn't something that well, it's something that I can actually deliver, because sometimes these like Claude will promise something that you can't actually deliver, and so I just want to make sure that this is accurate to what I can deliver. So I'm going to read through this real quick, and then we'll get it set up and get the campaign running. All right, so there were some things in there that I removed, like it's talking about doing real time data on I think it was like timing and schedule. I can't remember, but it was just something that it would need a couple API calls that I don't think I can do. And so, but right now I think it looks good. Generally, I can deliver what it's promising. Now we just need to go over. We need to connect accounts. So you'll be oops, you can go here and see it has 303 domains remaining. These are pre-warmed accounts. All you got to do is just buy one of those. It's like I think it's 50 or I think it's like $130 total. Is no, it's like $60 for a full domain. I can't remember, but I've already bought a few, so I'm using them. So I'm just gonna add them all here. Boom, done. I'm gonna enable tracking, and then for delivery optimization, we're just gonna make sure that the first email is only text, and I'm gonna reduce the daily limit to 150 so it doesn't ruin things. We're gonna go ahead and click save, and now we click launch. Are you sure? Publish. All right, now that campaign is running, it's sending emails, and we're going to see if this idea has some legs. So stay tuned and see if we got a deal or if we got a business. I almost forgot. In total, that took 36 minutes to. Can you guys see it? I think you can. Here we go. Is it there? There it is. 36 minutes. 36 minutes and 38 seconds to launch this. So, I have another business or a couple other businesses that I run. Real estate is my main business, but I love trying out new tactics, seeing if we can get businesses up and running, and I like testing ideas and then launching them. So I have an e-commerce business that we launched, and I have a number of commercial properties that I own, and that's the main bread and butter. Speaking on that subject, if you guys are interested in real estate, I do have a school that is just free content in there. If you guys like to invest in real estate, it's the quickest way to wealth. It's the best way to get there. And I love it, but I also love this AI stuff. So that is it. If you guys want to check out the school, I'll put a link in the show notes or something like that. If you want to check out the podcast, the Real Estate Investing Club, you can go there. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on this project, and we'll see how it goes.